Hello and welcome to Sizzle Bacon. Today in this special premiere is my 100 subscriber Q&A special, where I will be answering questions that you submitted in the Google Forms a few days ago. Before we get started, I just want to say that I am grateful for getting 100 subscribers. It has been one of my dreams ever since I started YouTube, and I want to thank all the support throughout the community. So let's get on to our first question. Also, a disclaimer before we start: I did not make it so you could write your name. So when you see this video, if you know the questions you wrote and they're in the video, then say in the comments. Anyways, let's go on to the first question. Our first response is, what is your favourite train in SCR? Well, I did like the Electrostar Class 377, but when I seen the sneak peek for the Class 43, or the HST variants as it's now known, it's now my favourite train because I just like the interior. It's amazing. Like the first class, it's, oh my gosh, the seats, it's just like, oh my goodness. And the second one is, what is your favourite game on Roblox? It's hard to pick that one, but Stafford County Railway would be one of my favourites. I have many favourites on Roblox, so yeah, every game's my favourite if I like it, but I like Stafford County Railway and Tower of Heck, so I do. Our second response is, what got you to do YouTube in first place? Well, like many other YouTubers have said, they were bored and they just decided to do videos. I just made random Roblox videos. My first video was in April. You can't see it now because it's private. Some of my videos are in a playlist unlisted called Chunky Lisa. Yes, very cringy Roblox content. But it got me to do YouTube because I was bored and I just wanted to show people what I could do. The second question is, will you ever reach 1,000 subscribers? Well, I'm currently at over 100 at this rate, right? I think I will reach 1,000. Obviously, I won't reach it straight away, but hopefully in the future, maybe next year, maybe, I will reach 1,000 subscribers. Because 100 is a lot, but 1,000 is even better, and that is something I would be looking forward to if I ever reach the point and ever reach 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, that's a good question. The third response is, what text-to-speech voice do you use in your videos? The website is called elunduscore.com. It is a free text-to-speech, simulator thing. The voice I use is Brian, but there are many other voices you can choose from, and it's not just an English voice, it can be American, Australian, any other voice you can choose from. I will also link it in the description as well. And our second question is, what are your thoughts on the future James Street extension? Well, I think that even though it's only one stop, I'm sure it'll be great. It's something I've been waiting on ever since version 1.1 came out and the James Street extension came out. It was good. I was excited. But Waterline, not like the trains, but the whole route, the routes in Waterline, they haven't been updated since version 1.1. The last extension in Waterline was, 2019. that doesn't count the Morganstown extension really, because it was kind of already built, Morganstown. But really, if you think about it, Waterline, it hasn't really got anything. But hopefully the James Street extension will be good, and I am looking forward to it. The fourth response is, did you like SCR Legacy Edition? Assuming you mean the Legacy Edition game, it's okay. It's very broken, I guess. It's not really the best game on earth, but if you mean pre 1.0, I was never in pre 1.0, I'm not sure about that question. And the second question is, what is your favourite operator, train, and why? Well, since it's not very specific, I'm going to ask real life and endgame. So, my favourite operator is Connect, because it has the most routes. My favourite train is the HST variants, because, obviously before the interior, they were the worst of the worst, but now with the new interior in next gen, they look absolutely amazing. In real life, I grew up in England, and the only train I ever been on, really, was the Southern Class 377 and the Class 313. They're basically the only trains I've ever been on. In real life, and over here where I live now, they have what is called, NIR Class 3000s and NIR Class 4000s. If you don't know what they are, then search them up, because they did not come from an English manufacturer. So, good response at it. The fifth response is, which or what express train would you like to see in SCR? That's a hard one, but I would like to see the Class 91, the DVT. I would also like to see the Javelin, or the Class 395, I think it is, on Express. I would also like to see the, I think it's the GWR Sleeper, I'm not sure. It's very hard to think, but and second question, do you think buses will be added to SDR in the future? No! That will never happen. Like Tramlink, it's not a regional railway network, and the game's about railways, not buses. So even if there's roads, there's definitely not. Buses definitely won't be added, and even if they were, I don't know what would happen. The sixth response is, what country do you live in? Obviously I cannot tell my location, but I will say that I do live in the United Kingdom, and I live in one of the 4 countries, which is Northern Ireland, but I do originally come from England. And the second question is, what is your favourite game exit in SCR? I'm not sure what you mean by that. So if you are watching this and this is your question, please explain it more in the comments. The 7th response is, do you have signal roll? No, I don't actually. I have the guard role currently, but obviously before guards came out it was dispatcher. I have the guard role. I don't have SG, but as soon as training 2.0 comes out, I am willing to become an SG at all costs. At all costs. And the second question is, are you pro at SCR? You know, I do make a few mistakes sometimes, but I consider myself pro. You know why? Because I may not be an OG. Yes, I may have not played SCR when Winstree was about, but I have been playing for roughly 2 years now, 2018, 2019, 2 years, so I have. So yes, I would consider myself pro, but to be honest, I make mistakes all the time. So yeah, that's a good question. And the last and final response is, apart from Stepford County Railway, what do you like to play in Roblox? I think I mentioned this earlier, saying I like playing Tower of Heck because it's strategic and I like the obbies in it. I do rage sometimes, but like I said, I like it because I like the strategic, you know, the way you have to find out where to go. I always, you know, the way you do that. And the second question is, what improvements do you think SCR could make? Personally, you know, loads more scenery. There is plenty of more areas around the map that need scenery, such as Ashland Park. I like the staggered platforms at Ashland Park. I did mention this in another video. I like the staggered platforms and all, but you know, Ashland Park, it doesn't even have a blooming park. Cambridge Street Parkway, obviously your simple, you know, parkway, but it just needs a bit of scenery around the station. You know, I guess the whole point of a parkway is to have a huge car park, but it would be better if it had some scenery. And now that the West Wyvern Curve has been upgraded, I think personally that the most scenery needs to be given to Stepford Airport Central, because as far as I know, it hasn't been updated since version 1.0. The only thing that has been updated to Stepford Airport Central is the new Airlink signs, but that's all it's been upgraded to. No station upgrade to Stepford Airport Central whatsoever. I'm not sure what it looked like pre 1.0, but as far as I know, it hasn't been updated for a long time, and I'm not sure when it will be, but hopefully it will be in the future. And that is the end of the Q&A. I plan to do the next Q&A at either 200 or 500 subscribers. We'll see in the future. But if you like this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit bell notifications so you won't miss another video. And also don't forget to join Discord server, follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to write in the comments what you think of this video. Thanks for watching Sizzle Bacon. See you next time, and most importantly, stay safe.